Have you ever been in a room where everyone is smiling, laughing, and pretending, but you feel the sharp weight of someone silently trying to destroy you? Yeah, that was me last year, sitting at a company gala, holding a champagne glass I didn't even want. And then I saw her. That smile. That fake warmth that everyone else seemed to fall for, but I knew. I knew exactly what she was planning. She had been working behind the scenes for months, undermining me, erasing my efforts, making me look incompetent in front of the very people who could make or break my career. And right at that moment, as she raised her glass to toast the team's success, I realized she had tried to poison me. Not literally, but with everything that mattered, my reputation, my friendships, my future. Have you ever felt that sting? When someone smiles at you while secretly plotting your ruin? Drop your story in the comments, because if you've ever been underestimated, erased, or manipulated, this story is for you. And if you're ready to see quiet power in action, hit that like button, because I'm about to take you on a journey of revenge, smart, silent, and satisfying. Hi, I'm Raina, well, not Raina, but let's call me that for today. I'm 28, I live in a small city where everyone knows everyone, and I work as a project manager at a mid-sized tech firm. I've always been observant, quiet, maybe even too careful. People often mistake my calm for weakness, my silence for submission. But trust me. I notice. I remember. And I plan. I've spent most of my life on the sidelines, watching people show their true colors while pretending to be perfect. And it's exhausting. I learned early on that the world favors the loud, the flashy, the aggressive. But quiet power? That's the kind that comes back around, and I was about to find out just how satisfying it could be. Toxic person intro. Her name was Vanessa. She was my colleague turned archenemy, the kind of person who could charm the CEO in one meeting and sabotage her entire team the next. She laughed too loudly, touched people's shoulders a little too long, and always had just the right friendly advice that undermined everyone else. She didn't just dislike me, she hated me. I think it started when the new client pitch I led went exceptionally well. Vanessa had been scheduled to co-lead it, but I had taken the initiative, stayed late, prepared every detail. And of course, she had noticed. Ever since that day, she started weaving a web around me, little lies, passive-aggressive remarks, and whispers to colleagues that made me doubt myself. It started subtly. First, emails disappeared from my inbox that she had copied her name on. Then, she suggested ideas in meetings as if they were her own, taking credit while I was laughed at when I repeated them. She'd send friendly reminders that were really accusations in disguise. Raina, are you sure you double-checked this report? You know how sensitive the client is. Or she'd invite me to casual lunch conversations with other colleagues, only to share my words later in twisted ways. I began to question myself constantly. Am I overreacting? Am I imagining this? The final straw was a presentation I had spent 2 weeks preparing. She subtly replaced my slides with outdated versions while I was on a short break. The CEO questioned me in front of the board. I felt humiliated, trapped, and powerless. But I didn't yell. I didn't explode. I made a silent promise that day, this was going to end, but it wouldn't be with anger. It would be with strategy. Big turning point. The real turning point came when she tried to sabotage my career in a way I never expected. A major client, our company's biggest account, was about to sign a multi-million-dollar contract. Vanessa somehow planted a rumor that I had shared sensitive information with a competitor. Emails were forged, and suddenly, my integrity was questioned. I walked into a meeting that should have celebrated our success, only to find myself facing accusations I didn't understand. I could feel my career slipping through my fingers. Everyone looked shocked, except her. She smiled, satisfied, convinced she had won. I could have reacted emotionally, cried, or yelled. Instead, I took a deep breath. I went quiet. I observed. I started collecting every piece of evidence I could find: emails, chat logs, CCTV footage, timestamps on documents. I spoke quietly with IT, discreetly pulling system logs, confirming the origin of those forged emails. I reviewed security cameras from the office. One by one, small details connected, revealing a meticulous pattern of her manipulation. I didn't confront her yet. I didn't let her know I was on to her. I stayed calm, working silently behind the scenes, building an irrefutable case. Every whisper, every smirk, every tiny attempt at sabotage became evidence. I was patient, meticulous, and entirely in control. The day I confronted her, I didn't storm into the office. I didn't yell. I called a meeting with the CEO, HR, and a few key witnesses. I presented my findings methodically: emails showing her interference, chat logs proving her false accusations, CCTV footage that placed her at the right time and place. Vanessa's confident smile faltered as I spoke. Her attempts to twist the story fell apart in real time. HR asked questions. Colleagues began speaking up, admitting they had seen her manipulate situations, claiming credit for my work, spreading rumors. Every word she had ever spoken to undermine me came back, clearly documented. She tried to interrupt, tried to charm, but the room saw her for what she was: a calculated manipulator. She didn't explode or attack me physically. Her mask cracked quietly, in a room full of people who finally understood. The result wasn't dramatic, but it was devastating in the quietest, most satisfying way. Vanessa didn't get fired immediately. She wasn't humiliated in front of the entire company like some TV drama. But people stopped trusting her. Her influence waned. The clients she had been so proud of lost confidence in her. Opportunities she had been counting on slipped away. Slowly, steadily, her empire of manipulation collapsed. Meanwhile, my career stabilized. My reputation was restored. The client signed the contract, thanking me personally. Colleagues began approaching me with genuine respect, not just fear or obligation. The silent revenge had worked. Now, life is calmer. I moved into a new apartment with sunlight pouring in, planted a small garden on my balcony, and started painting again, a hobby I had abandoned for work. I travel occasionally, meet new people, but I don't let anyone control or define me anymore. I've learned that revenge doesn't need to be loud, messy, or violent. True power is quiet. It's about reclaiming your life, your dignity, your peace. Watching someone who underestimated you slowly unravel without lifting a finger, that is freedom. If you've ever been underestimated, erased, or betrayed, this story is for you. Remember, you don't need to scream or fight to win. Observe, plan, and reclaim your life. Share your own story in the comments. I want to hear how you turned your quiet power into triumph. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Revenge with Raina for more stories of justice, strategy, and starting over on your own terms. Because sometimes, the sweetest revenge isn't loud, it's silent, smart, and unstoppable.